Okay, welcome guys. Let me get my face cam up. So, welcome back to part 2 of the list. Now, I don't know what I was gonna say. Okay, so we're doing years 2000 to 2009. What's the best game of the year? So, here is the list, and I didn't have any YouTube links up. I have this, but so I have that open now, so that we can look at any gameplays up. I think a lot of these, there's not really that many indie games in here that you might not know about, but yeah. So now let's jump in with the year 2000. Now this year I wasn't really alive per se, not really. So for these first couple of years I wasn't really, so I didn't really play a lot of these games. This is all, especially 2000, and by this time they had 6th gen consoles come out, but I didn't play any 5th gen, so I just picked Majora's Mask because I heard it was good. There's also Paper Mario, Jet Set Radio. It seems like a pretty cool game, right when Sega was kind of dying out, their last hurrah with games like that, so. Or not dying out, but just dying out with consoles at least. So, and then Counter-Strike Original, I think, came out that year. So yeah. So yeah, N64, Dreamcast era. Yeah. The end of that era, but So move on to 2001 here. We have Smash Melee. I just kind of picked that for that year. It's a very good game, obviously. I don't think it's the best Smash, but I mean, it's the second best in my opinion. Well, no. I forgot Ultimate existed for a second. I don't know. I still think I might like Brawl a little bit better. And some people don't like Brawl. And I guess I can kind of see why. But I don't know, Ultimate's probably the best one, but I also really like Brawl, and Melee is good. I mean, they're all good games. Yeah, I don't know, but they're all good games. I just picked Melee for this year because it's a very good game. I really like GameCube. I have a GameCube. I don't have an N64, so this era I didn't really appreciate it as much as once 2001 came around. So Pikmin, or Pikmin, not Pikmin. Didn't actually play that, but it seems fun. Halo 1. I do not actually own Halo 1. I own Halo 2, but not Halo 1. Because I did play it in Master Chief Collection. Classic game. I didn't pick it for my game of the year though, because it's not as good as the other Halos. Pretty much all the Halos released in this time frame. I guess besides ODST maybe. And not Halo Wars either. But anyways, yeah, so original Halo. I guess the Magnum was overpowered, so that was kind of pretty much, the multiplayer was pretty much just Magnums, but it didn't actually have online multiplayer. As you can see, I'm also highlighting Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion, as I spelled it. I never really spelled Luigi right. Let's put an I there. There we go. So, and that, fun game. I didn't actually really play that, to be honest. 2002. Now, I thought this year had more, honestly. I couldn't find a lot for 2002. I don't know, was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, was that the good one? I don't know. Oh, and also for 2000, for original 2000. You know what I mean. I think Mario Party 2 came out that year, so I could have said that. Yeah. Maybe, no, it might have came out in 99, I'm not sure. We also have Super Mario Sunshine in 2002. I might actually look that up, I don't know. Super Mario Sunshine in 2002, I couldn't find a lot of games, but that game, I know it's good, so Super Mario Sunshine, I guess, I don't know if everyone likes it, but it's very unique to me. and I think it's satisfying spraying at the stuff. So I didn't actually play it a lot. Probably not as much as I should. So I don't really know the story or anything. But yeah, so not a lot to say for 2002, but let's move on to 2003. This I didn't have a lot for this year either. It gets this is some, I wouldn't say these are quite because a lot of the games that came out in like these 3 years don't really appeal to me. There's only like a select few that do for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah. But yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run. I put as my number 1 pick for that year because it's just a really fun game. I guess I should have said 2001 also had GTA 3. That's a fun game. Not like the best GTA or anything, but it is that, and I do have it too on original Xbox, and it is a fun game. So that as well for 2001. But anyways, back to 2003. Double Dash also came out that year, but I didn't want to put Mario Kart as number 1 because I already have a Mario Kart for this year. I probably should add what console it's for, but so Double Dash, that's a good Mario Kart as well. I should probably talk about Simpsons Hit and Run more. So Simpsons Hit and Run, pretty much GTA for kids, like family friendly GTA, or family friendly as Simpsons gets, I guess. It's not like the most family friendly thing, but drive around as Homer and you do stuff, kind of. It's just a fun game, As I said in the last video, I'm not always playing super crazy story games, so yeah. But we also got Wind Waker here. I never didn't play it, but it's probably good, and I think it came out in 2003, maybe 2002, but I think it came out in 2003. I didn't actually look that one up, so so this is okay. So once we get to 2004 here, this is when when stuff starts happening, This is when it, gets real. So, this year I picked Half-Life 2 as my favorite. Now, we also have, GTA San Andreas, World of Warcraft, Halo 2, Burnout 3, Alien Hominid. I might I'm pretty much saying Burnout 3 was a close second. I have a friend who really likes Burnout games. He played death out of this one. Halo 2 is a good game, So, yeah, Half-Life 2 I just said was number 1. I mean, it grew Steam a ton, and you got Gary's mod, and just great game. It's just the game itself, it's just a great game. And I mean, even IGN, who I think IGN made a top 100 games of all time or something, and they had number 1 was Mario World or something, and Half-Life 2 was number 2, I think. Maybe it was number 3 or 4, I don't know. It was way up there though, so it's one of the best games of all time. So 2005, this year was a little quiet, but I think Quake 4 came out that year, so I just added that. That is apparently, I've never actually played that series, but apparently, that seems like a pretty big game for PC and stuff, so. Anywho, I got Mario Kart DS. I thought that game came out in 2004, Quake, but I guess not. Mario Kart DS, the best Mario Kart, in my opinion. I used to not like it for some reason. I used to think it just controlled weird, but now I just love it. I can see why people think this is the best one. Of course, there's stuff like Mario Kart Wii, but that one had motion controls, and that kind of ruined it. It made it kind of funky to control. I don't know, but it's not that one's. All the Mario Karts are good, pretty much. So, but yeah, I said Mario Kart DS. It's a great game. So, And you got the download play. It's just a great game to play with friends. Like, my friends today, we still, like, we haven't done it for a couple months, but a couple months ago, we're still, and we would still today, too. We were just, we still hook up Mario Kart DS, download play, and play it to this day. So, it's just a great game, so. And then Mario Kart 7. I used to think Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS was better. I don't agree with that opinion anymore. But not that it's a bad game, but it's just Mario Kart DS is the best. It's the king. So, in my opinion, that's just a game opinion. So, 2006. I thought this year would have nothing. I thought 2005 would actually be better, and this year would be worse. Because I knew this year was right before the big year, which we'll talk about in a second. But you got, Oblivion, Twilight Princess, Gears of Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, to be more specific. Specific, not Pacific, or whatever I just said. Gears of War, and we have sports as well. The reason it's Wii Sports, but the reason it just says sports is because for some reason, Google told me that, New Super Mario Bros. Came out in 2006, so I put it there, and then I had Wii, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and then right after it was sports, so it fit. You guys get what I'm saying. So 2006 was kind of just the calm before the storm. Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4, great game. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess was great. Not that I played it a lot or anything, but Gears of War 1 was good, and, Wii Sports was, Wii Sports just got everyone playing games, So, everyone likes Wii Sports, so, and also for Gears of War, I don't think this is the best. I think the one that came after was the best one, actually, but this is probably what everyone was playing back in 2006. Gears of War 1. So, but I don't really have a pick for this year. I don't want to say Gears of War 1 necessarily. I'll just say Oblivion. Oblivion's a pretty great game, So, now we move into the big year. Well, I thought this was going to be the best year, but for some reason the year after, this year I thought wasn't as good, but it just kind of had a lot more than I thought it did, at least for me. Some people might have liked 2007 a little bit better, but maybe it is actually better. But so I just pretty much picked Halo 3 as my top, because it's Halo 3. I mean, come on. But great games: COD 4, Bioshock, Portal 1. Oh shoot! You know what? I never talked about Portal 2 for my last video. I should have, for 2011. I talked about Minecraft and Sonic Generations, and I guess Minecraft could have been in this 2009 almost, because there was an alpha back then, so it didn't really count. But yeah, Mario Galaxy for 2007 as well. Assassin's Creed. I don't even know if the first one was that good actually, but I put it there. Pretty big series. Crysis 1, that was, everyone was like, ooh, my PC, and your PC running Crysis back in the day. So, and, Crysis, it was kind of fun. I played Crysis 3 a bit with my friend, because I remember it was free on Xbox, a while back. So we used to play Crysis 3 all the time. I've never actually played 1 or 2, but 1 was, amazing graphics for back in the day, so, because the engine it used. Mass Effect, I never really played Mass Effect, but apparently it's really good, so. TF2, I mean, everyone likes TF2, so. It's kind of dying now, but, yeah, TF2, Portal, I put Portal in here twice. And, of course, this one's a little bit of a interesting choice, but I put Peggle. I don't know if anyone's played Peggle, but people are gonna make fun of me for this. My friends are gonna make fun of me for this one, because I used to play this game constantly. It's just like this dumb little pinball game, and it's like from PopCap, which made, this game right here, which that game. So, that also came out in 2007, and that was really good. So, in my opinion, Halo 3 is my top pick for 2007. This is like the big year for gaming, and so many of these just classics came out that year. So, now we move on to 2008. Now, I thought 2007 would be the peak of it all. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of is, but 2008 came around, and I guess apparently 2008 actually has a lot of good games. I thought it has more than 2007, actually. I think these 3 years are just really good for gaming. 2007 was probably maybe the best year, but, I was, originally when I was making this list, I just put Castle Crashers on there first, because I thought it would be, here's just Xbox Live Arcade, and all these indie games where, there's a lot of them back in 2008 that were made, I guess. Just, maybe not necessarily 2008, but Castle Crashers, great game. So I was going to originally put that one as my number one at, 100%, but there's a little N+, which is a very fun game. I think it was made in 2008. It might have been 2007, though, so don't quote me on that one. Xbox Live Arcade game, you play as a ninja and stuff, so it's a lot of fun. There's like an N++, there's a sequel to it, but I never played that one. Smash Brawl, I didn't necessarily put that as my number one, but obviously, this year there just wasn't as much pickings, so Fallout 3, COD World at War. Notice in this list, I'm actually putting COD games on here, whereas the newer, the 2010 to 2019 one, I did not. I just wanted you to notice that. I put Black Ops 2 on, but that was it was good until 2012, pretty much, and they were, although Modern Warfare 3 was kind of mediocre, and Black Ops 1 was good, I would say. I love old COD. I love these old COD games. They're so great, guys. The new, seriously, they're just great, guys. So, Gears of War 2, probably the best Gears of War in my opinion. GTA 4, we got Mirror's Edge coming out that year. I thought that game looked really good for a 2008 game. Even playing it, I remember playing it a couple years ago for the first time, and I thought it looked really good for I was really surprised to see it was made in 2008. I was like, what? So we also have Left 4 Dead 1. Great fun game. Left 4 Dead 2 is basically the same thing with different characters and such. So I put both of those on here. And then D-Blob, that one's a bit of a not as common game. It's this, I thought it was newer, I didn't think it was this old, but D-Blob's this game, and you were a little blob guy, and you color, it's pretty much like Super Mario Sunshine, but an indie game, Super Mario Sunshine. So I thought it was just going to be kind of like these games up here, but then I just started finding more, and or I guess these ones too, but I forgot Spore. I like Spore. I don't know if that would necessarily be one of the best games or anything, but Civilization Revolution, that was a lot of fun. Burnout Paradise, and Mario Kart Wii. Now, Civilization Revolution is very fun, and then Mario Kart Wii, I like DS and such better. I think I like Wii better than Double Dash. Well, I don't know. I mean, I like Double Dash a lot, too. Burnout Paradise. I didn't really play. I played 64 at a friend's house one time, and the SNES one I don't really like, and no one really cares about the Game Boy one that much. I would say either Castle Crashers or Burnout Paradise. Burnout Paradise I haven't really talked about yet, but it's a great racing game. You know, Burnout 3 I almost put as my number. Burnout 3 is probably better, but it's just, there was Half-Life 2 that year and other stuff like that, so. I don't think I ever talked about Alien Hominid for 2004. And that's basically made by the same people as made Castle Crashers, so that's kind of why I put it there. I don't even really... I mean, the game's actually pretty cool for back then. Like, you don't see a lot of games like that released on home consoles back then, so it's very interesting. Crazy with, you know, Xbox Live, all their arcade marketplace, how much it changed, you know, gaming went, because, like, this is all, you know, just gun, Nintendo and gun, and then, now this became just a lot of different kinds of games, so, in these years, so, yeah, gaming really changed. So I'm just gonna say Burnout Paradise thing. No, Castle Crashers. Castle Crashers wins. Burnout Paradise is close second, though. Very close. It's a very fun racing game. So now we move on to the last year of this decade, 2009. Now, after 2009, it leads to a great decade of games. Mostly indie games is the next decade that's good. So, but yeah, we have 2009, Plants vs. Zombies 1. They made, you know, sequels and stuff that weren't as good, but the original classic game, you guys have probably played it. It's mobile, PC, whatever. I may or may not own it on everything it's on, even the DS and stuff. But yeah, Borderlands 1, Modern Warfare 2. I'm still putting COD games on here, notice that. Left 4 Dead 2, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which I had to move, actually. Not that it's... I mean, this probably isn't actually that necessarily good of a game, but I just kind of put it on here. Arkham Asylum, Assassin's Creed 2. I didn't put a 2 there. Sims 3, and I said frickin' Angry Birds. Because I guess we're putting mobile games on here now. See, Plants vs. Zombies I don't necessarily consider a mobile game because it was originally on PC. But Angry Birds pretty much is. So, let's put on some nice Plants vs. Zombies gameplay. Zombies. Let's do the final boss. So, oh, it's the Xbox version. Whatever. So he's like, uh-oh, he's here. And then he gets stolen. And then you have to fight the zombie boss. So then it's like, you fight him. He's like this big robot guy. And then this is the final level of the game. At least the main mode. So, I pick Plants vs. Zombies. I mean, this game was kind of my childhood, so that's how, that's kind of why I'm picking it. It's kind of a no-brainer for me. So, that's my list. Yeah. Pretty much. That is my list. I was originally going to do like a top 10 video, just saying my top 10 games of the decade, but I decided to do one for every year. Thought that'd be a little bit more interesting, so. Anyways, but yeah, so I did that with my last video, I should say, but this, unless I upload this like a different time, which then won't make sense if I say last video, because my last video might be a different video, so, he just died, kind of sad, so, yeah, this is the Xbox version of the game. But there's like, you know, DS, PC. PC's probably the best. But yeah, great games. Better than the newer decade. So hopefully 2020 we get some good games, and I guess maybe we'll get like you know, World War well, World War One ended already a couple of years ago, so we'll get like, some of their 20s culture, and then we'll have the Great Depression again in about 10 years. So, oh yeah. Sorry, I'm cracking my back. So, I hope, I'm hoping I see you guys next video. This video isn't as long as the last one, so that's good. So, without further ado, I'm going to end this video. So, bye guys. See you next